All right, well, we're on to part two and the last part of a $100 comic lot purchase that we just picked up, a full short box. So let's dig through the rest of these comics and see what we got. All right, let's get it started. Ghostly Tales, issue 166. But yeah, this is part two and the final part of a full short box that I bought for $100. And it has a lot of the stuff that I enjoy collecting. Like I said, what is this? April 1984. That's a cool little cover, actually. I kind of like that. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff that I enjoy collecting and enjoy reading. So it's been a fun little box here, that's for sure. Swamp Thing issue number 45. That's a cool little Western theme. I don't recall seeing this cover. Alan Moore, Stanwalk, 1986. Yeah, there's a fair amount of Swamp Things in here, which is actually really cool. And some of them, like this one, looks pretty decent shape, which is actually really cool, actually, because all this stuff was just unbagged and unboarded, like I've said. And yeah, some of the stuff is holding up pretty well. Swamp Thing issue number 54. That's a cool cover. Nice. I have Swamp Thing 49 and 50. Those two are kind of like minor keys, and I think there was a issue 50 in here in the last video that I did, which I thought was actually pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to, I guess, grade up and get rid of the lower grade copy of that one. Casper, Wendy, the Good Little Witch, issue number 3, and Uncle Scrooge, Gladstone. Yeah, I read the. It was actually another Uncle Scrooge that was in the other lots. I read that one after I did that video, and it was a reprint, I think, from a 50s issue. And I think most of these Gladstones were reprints back from the good old, Carl Barks heyday and all that stuff. And I think they started doing their own stories in the mid 90s or so. So I kind of want to be on this outlook or be on the search of those particular ones and kind of get an idea of what the stories are like. Hawkeye, issue number 1. I didn't see this one. That's pretty cool. 1983. Is that a cut? No, it's just a really unfortunate fold there. Hawkeye number 1. Not a bad condition book there. And Superman issue 387. Newsstand, low grade. Jurassic Park. Well, that's cool. 1 of 4. Nice. Newsstand. What year did this movie come out? Like 94, right? What do we got there? God, I can't see that. 1993. I guess that sounds right. It was 93. Yeah, they made that comic real quick, I guess. This is a movie adaptation. So this comic is like obviously the entire movie story in a comic book. So I guess this is obviously part 1 of 4, but that's cool. It's low grade, but I don't mind low grade stuff like that, especially when you read it. Swamp Thing issue number 44. It's a lot easier and more comfortable to read a 3.0 graded copy of something than a 9.4 because you're obviously afraid to do damage on it. Justice League of America issue number 174. Kind of like this. Not too concerned about yanking too hard on a page. And Justice League of America 30 center newsstand number 133. Not a Mark Jewelers. We have not found a Mark Jewelers yet, have we? I don't think so. No, we haven't. And Swamp Thing, issue number 3. Nice. Martin Pasco. Tom Yates. Nice. Tatiana Wood. That's cool style artwork right there. I like that a lot, actually. Nice. I appreciate good artwork like that. I mean, I'm the type that I like I said over and over again, I read my comics really slow, mainly because I just stare at the pictures and the drawings, and I appreciate good artwork when you can kind of. Justice League of America, issue 216, 60 center. I appreciate when an artist can like replicate personalities and like emotions and all that stuff. I think that's kind of cool, but. The Warlord 60 center issue number 59 and the Warlord 48. The Fightin' 5 issue number 45 60 center. Looks like a pretty clean book. It's got some staining on it, but it looks pretty clean. Yeah, April 1982. Nice. Same bodybuilder. Let's not go down that rabbit hole again. Nice. I will bag and board that one. Swamp Thing issue number 28. Yeah, see, that's like what I'm talking about. Like, I just popped it right in my eyes. Like, I don't know, you draw like personalities like that. Like, you can see like the solace in his eyes. He's just like thinking to himself, he's like, man, if only I just come 5 minutes sooner, I could have prevented this. I don't know. I pick up on that stuff, and I enjoy kind of looking at that stuff and kind of dazing off into the artwork. I mean, look at that artwork. I mean, that's cool stuff. I mean, I get it. You can read through that in 30 seconds if you want to, but I mean, the artwork, the shadowing right there, I mean, see all the kind of the ripples in the water and the reflections and all that stuff. I mean, I can stare at all that stuff. That's cool stuff. All right, I'll shut up, but that's cool. Swamp Thing issue number 28. Cool cover. I have it. I don't think I have that one. I'm pretty certain I don't. Superboy, Legion of Superheroes, issue number 218. And right into a Swamp Thing issue 19. That's a weird looking cover. That is a deadly looking spider. Jesus. All right. 1983. Nice. I kind of want to put this one to the side and kind of read up on this one. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that one up. That might be the first Swamp Thing I read. And Swamp Thing issue number 17. Nice. I didn't know there was that many Swamp Things in here. I will take 170 Swamp Things, that's for sure. October 1983. All right, moving on. Jonah Hex, issue number 80, June 1984. I remember this one, that's for sure. Yeah, I remember this story vividly. It's funny how that works. Yeah, if anyone's interested in reading a Jonah Hex issue to where you kind of get the feeling that Jonah Hex is obviously the imperfect guy who obviously, how would you put it, is willing to make the improper decisions based on what he feels is right or just because he wants to or whatever. This is a good kind of issue. That's all I'm talking about. Yeah, he's kind of I won't say a bad guy, but I mean, he's just Jonah Hex. That's why I like him. An imperfect soul. All right, I'll move on. Probably spend a minute on that, I didn't even know it. And Jonah Hex issue number 63, newsstand. Moving on. And back into a Baron Werewolf Haunted Library, the first one of this second video. Issue number 61. Nice. Super cool. We are well attached. April 1982. This one looks pretty clean. I'm treating it like it's a 9.4 here because I'm going to put this in a bag and board because, yeah, I mean, it's hard to find, I mean, mid to high grade. I mean, this is a mid to high grade. It's probably like a 5.0, but it's hard to find stuff above like a 5.0 graded copy, like in the older style horror books, because they're reader copies, because they're so good to read that everyone read them. But I mean, to find them in a higher grade like that is actually really cool when you do find it like that. Charlton Bullseye, issue number 9. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of bullseyes, I believe. I mean, I don't think so. I could be wrong on that. But September 1982. If there's 150 of them, so I apologize, but I don't think so. I'm going off the cuff here. That's a cool little cover too. Nice. Bullseye number 9. And, oh, nice. Bullseye issue number 4. Nice little crease there. 1981. I don't have this one. I'm trying to think if I have issue number 9. I think I have that issue, but I don't have this one. I am certain of that, which is really cool. And right into a Superboy, Legion of Superheroes 221 and a Superman 0. Wonder Woman issue 307, 60 center, newsstand. Don Heck, Ben Oda. Moving on. And Spidey. Present Spidey Super Stories. Number 56, 60 center. This is cool. I am not too familiar with this run. And might have a little value just because of that. That's not super popular. That's cool. Nice. I don't know anything about that. Marvel Comics and the Electric Company. But yeah, I've got some Silver and Golden Age goodness that I picked up at my LCS. And what we got? Wonder Woman 293. We saw this in the other video. And I picked up a Legends of Zelda comic, which was actually a really cool find off of Whatnots. And I'm about to show that stuff in my next video. But Baron Werewolf's Haunted, issue number 69. No library. We're just haunted on this one. But yeah, some Golden Age, Silver Age goodness that I enjoy. And the Legends of Zelda was actually kind of a little bit of a pricey book. And I kind of got a pretty good deal on it. So that was a pretty cool pickup, I thought. And again, we'll go through all that stuff. But yeah, Legends of Zelda, I mean, a lot of the video game comics are pretty expensive. I mean, like the Mario comics and the Zelda stuff, and obviously the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What do we got? Casper Nightmare, $1, issue number 4. And even a lot of the Sonic stuff is, all that stuff's pretty pricey. But Uncle Scrooge Adventures, Gladstone, Walt Disney. But I don't know, if you're going to go down that route, I was always a Legends of Zelda fan as far as the games were concerned, by a mile, that's for sure. Scary Tales, issue number 33, Charlton Comics. That's an interesting looking cover. 1982, Read the Signs. Same bodybuilder. Is that who it is? Is that Dan Lurie? I'm not familiar with that name. I just saw that for the first time after staring at his freaking body for the last 30 comics, and now it just popped up on this fresh day of... Dan Lurie says in just 30 easy minutes a day. Maybe that's him. All right, I'll shut up. Maybe figure that one out, maybe. Batman issue 401. First of the Batmans. But yeah, Legends of Zelda was great. I am still the believer that Ocarina of Time was the greatest video game of all time. Uncle Scrooge, Gladstone, issue 222, 1987. Yes, Ocarina of Time was the greatest video game of all time, in my opinion only. Uncle Scrooge, 223. I know you had Tears of the Kingdom and Scary Tales, issue number 45, 60 center. Yeah, you had Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom was probably your best game on paper, but that's some cool looking artwork. Nice. Dan Lurie, just 30 minutes again. But, I mean, you kind of have to grade on a curve if you're going to go through, you know, video games. You can't compare, like, Tears of the Kingdom to Pac-Man. You know, you have to grade on a curve over 40 years. Jonah Hex, issue number 64. Nice. I can go through it. I'm not going to waste some more time with Hex. I've already done enough. That was a good issue. I remember that one too. The Saloon. Superman and the Unknown Soldier, issue number 42. But yeah, Ocarina of Time was just, for the time it came out, which was what, 1997, it was just an amazing game. All-Star Super Squad, issue number 65. Newsy. Obviously, it's a Newsy. I do that to double check if it's a Art Jewelers. It is not. It's a pretty clean book, too. Nice. I will be bagging and boarding that, so that's for sure. Ghostly Tales. Jesus. Oh, my God. Back to the arithmetic, the division. He did the whole assignment on this one. Ghostly Tales, issue 153. We were getting up there in the issues. That might be one of the last. Other than the pretty strong tanning here, this is a pretty clean book. That's what Dan Lurie says. Nice. 1982. That's really cool, actually. That's actually pretty clean. I mean, obviously, it's not. I say it's a pretty clean book because it's just, you got an entire chapter of math homework written on it. Pencil marks. Don't try to erase that stuff off, guys. If you've, obviously, you don't know that, you'll erase the colors right off, too. But I'm just thinking about, that's crazy. Just write it on Ghostly Tales. All right, we won't argue about that anymore. It's just funny how that works. Mickey Mouse, issue 230, Gladstone, glad to have it. But yeah, Ocarina of Time was just a great game. The music in that game, the design with the ocarina to take you to different parts of the levels as far as like fast tracking. What do we got here? Dazzler, 60 center. Not a Mark Jewelers. But yeah, the level design. I mean, the 3D nature of that game. I know it's a little, it doesn't age as well as far as like, you know, the graphics was concerned, but that was an old game. Dazzler, 60 center, issue 11. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's just because I grew up, I was fairly young. I wasn't that young, but I was fairly young when that game came out, and I thought that was just the coolest game ever. Dazzler, issue number 13, 60 center. Yeah, newsstand. And a Ghost Manor 20 center. Nice. Jesus, this one looks super clean. This one looks familiar. I might have this one, but I'd be damned if it was in this condition. That looks, got some tanning, but that, no, we're attached. Nice. This is old. This is 1973. Yeah, we're not in the 80s anymore with this. This is a nice book. Sorry guys, I'm flipping through this because it feels perfectly uniform, which is really cool. Nice. I am gonna put this one up front, right in front of my Swamp Thing that I'm gonna read, and just so I don't throw a bunch of other stuff on top of it. That's a really clean book. That's actually really cool. The Man of Steel Superman issue number 6. And another Man of Steel issue number 5. Yeah, I don't know how we got on the Zelda tangent, but I do enjoy picking up comics for video games. Swamp Thing issue number 55. It's a cool little style cover there. But I obviously struggle doing that because a lot of those books are very expensive. But I think those books will age well over the course of years and even decades. Probably better than actually some superheroes, in my opinion. Walt Disney Comics issue 516, because I do enjoy comics, but I enjoy all comics and I enjoy all different types of stuff, whether it's horror, even video games, or old school Disney and westerns and 4-color. And Walt Disney Comics number 522. Let's reach another stack over here. But yeah, so I'm always on the outlook to trying to find video game comics. Star Slayer issue number 9. And so yeah, I came across a Legend of Zelda that I thought was a really good, cool deal, and picked it up. Ghost Manor issue number 72. Nice. This cover does not look familiar, which is cool. January 1986. How long has it been? We only got a big stack left, so try to speed up a little bit quicker. Classic X-Men issue number 25. But yeah, again, if you guys are just tuning in, feel free to hit a like or subscribe, or do neither, or do both. I don't care. Just have fun watching my videos, and message me, say hi, say bye, say whatever you want. This is not a channel showing off thousands of dollars worth of comic books. This is a channel going over stuff like Classic X-Men issue number 19 and a 4.0 grade, and chatting it up and telling stories. And if you guys like that, then yeah, thanks for watching. Batman issue 502. I have this one. I've read this one. Yeah, nice. Detective Comics. I actually like Detective Comics during this time frame, like 1980 to 1992-ish, better than the Batman run. I guess that's for another conversation. Tale of Teen Titans issue number 45. House 2. That's cool. The second story, number 1. $2. Jesus, what year is this? Newsstand. I mean, $2. 1987. That's an expensive book. $2, 1987. Nice. That's cool artwork. Nice little haunted mansion there. Got the husband and the wife and the newborn. They're checking in. Got the shotgun, and God knows what's happening. I have no idea. I'm gonna put this up front and put this aside just because I think this book has a little bit of value to it. It looks like it's nearly a 6.0 copy, and that's a cool cover. Kind of looks like a mixture of Jonah Hex and Pirates of the Caribbean. That's cool. Sorry, I can look at that all day. $2. All right, I'm gonna put it up here. That's a lot of money. 1987. Mickey Mouse. Oh, shut up. Mickey Mouse 234. But $2 in 1987. What is that now? Is that like $9 at least? Amazing Spider-Man 228 60 center. No, it's probably closer to like $15. $2 in 1987. It's a lot of money for a comic book. Mickey Mouse 223 75 center. And sweet. Star Wars 60 center, issue number 75. Oh, that's a trippy looking cover. Nice. 1983. Tom Palmer. Did they do Mark Jewellers in these Star Wars? I have no idea. I've only got maybe 3 comics that are Mark Jewellers. I think one we found out in the show a couple of videos ago. And Star Wars number 57. Newsstand 60 center. Nice. I think I have this one, and I don't think I have that one. So that is actually really cool. And right into a Donald Duck issue number 259. All right, looks like we're down to about the last 25 books or so, which is good. Tales of Teen Titans issue number 66. I was hoping to get this video under 30 minutes, but I have no idea. I lose track of time doing this stuff. big time. Ghost Manor, Jesus, 15 center. I have this one. Nice. This cover looks 100% familiar. This is another really nice book. Nice. The older ones look nicer. 1970. This is really cool, actually. Sorry, guys, I got nothing other than I'm really kind of shocked because, again, I don't remember seeing this one in here. Nice. I'm going to put that up front. Ghost Manor, issue number 14, 15 center, like 5.0 grade copy. No bag, no board, just tossed in between two Titans. The New Teen Titans, issue number 15. All right, we're wasting too much time here. Donald Duck Adventures, issue number 3. Well, there's definitely been some cool books in this lot. I mean, I get it. There's no X-Men 1s in here, but we found that Elvira number 1, which was actually really cool. That Ghost Manor is actually pretty cool. And getting about 10 of the different haunted mansions. And Black Hawk, first issue Black Hawk, 269, April 1984. Nomar Jewelers. And a Baron Werewolf, issue number 72. Seems like every issue we look at, it's been between like 1969 and 72, but all these covers have been different. Am I reading those right? I don't know. A little, could be off in that stuff, but pretty sure I've not seen that cover either, but I thought I saw issue number 72 a couple times already. Swamp Thing, issue number 48. Well, that's cool. We had 49. I have 50. Both of those are kind of keys. I have no idea about 48. That could be a key. It's kind of a crazy looking cover there. There's a lot going on that cover. So you got 48, 49, and 50. I think we had 46 in there too. Donald Duck 258, Gladstone, and a classic X-Men issue 23. But yeah, just like we've seen kind of a crash in the, I guess the superhero comic markets. Hopefully we'll see a little crash in maybe the video game comic market, but I'm not kind of betting on that because obviously there's two different completely reasons why those books have shot up, and obviously one kind of came to an end for very good reason. Weird War Tales, issue number 111, but I would love to collect more Zeldas, more Marios. Ghosts, issue 107. This cover looks a little familiar. Yeah, pretty sure I have this one. Nice. Again, I will take all Ghosts for the price that I paid for this lot. And the New Teen Titans, issue number 21. That is a thick book, unless I got two of them in there, my hand there. Battlefield Action, 73, 60 center. Nice. Dan Lurie. Boy, he's been in all this stuff. There's a lot of, I mean, bodybuilding ads, but I don't remember seeing Dan Lurie, that's even his name, and that many times. DC Comics presents Superman and the Guardians of the Universe, issue number something. Moving on. And Superman and Atom, issue number 15, low grade. And Action Comics 460. And looks like we got more Action Comics, issue number 446. I like Action Comics. I like runs that have one long run to it. Makes life simple, like I said. If you have an Action Comics 1, you've got about a $10 million book. The House of Mystery, issue number 302. Oh, nice. An evil-looking Santa there. Yeah, we found a House of Mystery, I think 300 in here, right? That was pretty cool. And I did not have that one. Issue number 302, low grade, but that's okay. But low grade is better than no grade. Weird War Tales, that's cool. Number 107. That's a cool cover. I don't remember seeing this one in here. Nice. Like I said, weird, horror, and war mixed together really well. Superman issue number 420. And Superman issue number 419. Looks like we only got a couple more books left and then we're all done here. Superman issue number 2. And the last two books, Superman and the Masters number 47. And finally finishing it out, I don't organize this stuff, Kazar number 7, The Savage. And that's where we'll end it. Sweet. So yeah, next video, guys, will be some Golden Age and Silver Age goodness, and yes, some more stuff. And after that, I have no idea because it's whatever I can find, whatever I can buy, and always go from there. It's always on the fly. But thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you later.